Alright guys, this is Faith back with another video. This time we're going to be talking about 15 things I've learned and done while studying abroad, and specifically while studying abroad in Dubai. So start with number one. Let's get right into what people find important, the social scene. The thing about Dubai a lot of people don't know is that it's a city really actually, where first off you need to be 21 to drink. Second off, you need to have an alcohol license to purchase liquor. So you won't find liquor stores anywhere in Dubai, but it doesn't mean that it's not a fun place to be. Instead, what you do is there are lots of happy hours or lots of ladies' nights, and so basically you go to a club and ladies get a certain amount of drinks free. There's one club that has 7 floors and you get 3 free drinks on each floor, so 21 free drinks. And so that's pretty cool, and so it's an interesting city where it's definitely a lot of fun, but it's also a city where there aren't liquor stores, so there isn't anything competing with those places that serve alcohol. So it's going to be super expensive to get it elsewhere. But there are lots of deals to get it free and happy hours and stuff like that to enjoy. Number 2, Burj Khalifa. So Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world, and you should go to the outside and first enjoy the view. It's great architecture. They have a water show where they essentially have a water fountain move and dance to the sound of Michael Jackson, and there are lots of lights involved, and it's pretty awesome. You can also go inside, and from the inside you get to see all of Dubai. My school arranged that, so I'm not sure how much it costs, but it's a really cool experience, and I'm sure it's totally worth it. Number 3, international travel. So Dubai is a hub for lots of cities, and so in terms of an airport hub, and so I've gone to Bahrain, Tanzania, Thailand, Greece, and some other places that I'm going to India next weekend, and I've never paid more than $350 for a ticket, and it's normally a lot cheaper than that, and so it's a great place to go travel and see lots of the world because it's such a good, it has the most, has the airport with the most traffic, and so that means there are a lot of flights, which means there's a lot of supply, which means it's super cheap to travel from Dubai. Number 4, Global Village. It's basically a theme park, but instead of having rides, it has a bunch of countries represented. And I mean every country from Romania to Saudi Arabia to the UK to the US, and they'll have lots of stuff to buy there that are from the countries. A lot of times they'll have people from those countries working in those different shops, and it's a pretty cool area. Number 5, Burj Al Arab. This is the world's 7-star hotel. It is pretty extravagant. If you can't afford the $8,000 a night price tag, what you can do is go to the Sky Bar. Unfortunately, it's not a bar where you can just sit at for free. You do have to commit to buying $100 worth of food and drink each. But I hear it's worth it. I haven't been because it's too expensive for me, but if you definitely want to experience the 7-star hotel, that's the way to do it. Go to the Sky Bar. Number 6, Desert Safari. So basically this is just going to the desert of Dubai, sand duning and stuff, and you'll basically get to ride a camel for a bit, and they'll have a campsite set up where you'll have everything from shisha, which is hookah to smoke, to belly dancers, to live performers, and all sorts of cool stuff. Number 7, shisha. Speaking of it, so here in Dubai, this is, as a country that alcohol is not something that people can just casually do. It's only available at hotels and at clubs, which are in hotels. Shisha is super big. Instead of going to a cafe and smoking on a latte, people smoke on shisha. It's also a social thing like it is in the US, and it's a lot cheaper in a lot of places than it is in the US. Number 8, Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi is actually the capital of the UAE, United Arab Emirates, which a lot of people don't know. And so it's kind of like how DC is the much better city in the US, and I'm not just saying that because I'm from the DMV, but everyone knows New York, and it's the same way with Abu Dhabi and Dubai. Abu Dhabi is a lot more traditional and less poppin', but it's a really beautiful place. And what you can do is go to Sheikh Zayed Mosque, which is this extravagant mosque that's covered in white marble and 24-karat gold, and it's just beautiful. And B, go to Ferrari World and ride the world's fastest roller coaster. It's pretty cool, the world's fastest roller coaster. And a third thing you can do there that I didn't do is you can actually drive Ferrari on the road and pay $200 to do that. Again, that was too expensive for me to do it, but I have a friend who's obsessed with cars and says that it's normally $2,000 to do that in the US, so you get it for a fraction of the price. Number 9. Is to go to the beach. I know you can go to the beach a lots of places, but where else are you going to see camels on the beach? It's pretty dope. And the other thing about the beach that leads to number 10 is to experience the culture here. Dubai has a really cool mix of cultures, and on the beach you'll see it when you'll see someone in a burkini next to someone in a bikini, and no one looks out of place, and no one's being told how to cover up or how to take off clothes, which is a really cool thing about Dubai. And so one thing is like you walk into places and you'll find a place that's called a pork shop for non-Muslims, and so it's a city that's diverse enough to have a pork shop, but traditional enough for them to explicitly say it's for non-Muslims. In the same way, if you try to get that alcohol license, you can't be Muslim. You have to prove that you're not Muslim to get it. Okay, so number 11 is on the flip side of that. Even though it's a cosmopolitan city, it still has a pretty traditional culture here, or at least you can experience that. And so go to one of the cultural centers and have a traditional Arab meal. They'll want you to try on habayas and like the traditional garb worn in the desert that's like just looks like money when guys wear it. It's felt a little cultural appropriated, but it was something that the people running the center definitely wanted us to experience, so it seems like they're just proud of it. All right, number 12. People want to know about whether Dubai is racist. So I have had experiences where a friend and I are out and people thought that she was working the party versus actually like being a guest, but you have experiences like that in the US. What I will say, however, is that seems like it's bad, but what's really bad is when we went to Thailand, for example, literally me and another dark-skinned girl couldn't get into certain places. Like, they literally were just like, no, you can't enter here. And so Dubai has like microaggressive ways that are still pretty concerning. Like, a girl on my team called me the N-word thinking it was okay, but then everyone stopped her like, oh no, like the last girl who's black on our team let you do this, but you don't know if this girl will. And so on one hand they think it's okay, but on the other hand it's like, oh, but we know that it's person specific, which I feel like just don't say it. But at the same time, there are countries I've been to where I haven't been able to get in places, so definitely Dubai is not that bad. You'll never have an issue getting in anywhere. Okay, number 13, find your people. So for me, that's meant that I have met up with Harvard people. I went to this Harvard networking night, and this support has really ruined my life. I went to this Harvard networking night, which was cool, and met some people here. I found someone who was like in my class who graduated last year, who actually works here now. I've also met up with people from my job, and so my job, the consulting firm, I went out and checked out their Dubai office. And so whether it's a job you're going to be working for, a sorority you're in, or a school, try to find people in the city and reach out to those networks, because it's going to be really cool meeting up with people and finding people to hang out with. Okay, number 14. This is something I've learned, and that is why Trump did not put the UAE on the list with other Arab nations. And that's because, well, let's just say he has a golf course here, and I see it advertised every time I take the metro. And then number 15. This is important. Be a student. For me, this is something I have to remind myself because, as you know, for example, I want to travel because it's cheaper to do it here and I won't have time even if I have the money next year. But do take some time to actually be a student, enjoy university, and learn some stuff. I wish I'd spent more time learning Arabic here because it's not a place where they speak Arabic in the streets, so it's something where you're going to have to dedicate your time in the classroom to learning it. But I am happy for the experiences I had. So it's a balance. Enjoy Dubai, but also enjoy being a student. And sometimes instead of going out, study those books so that at the end of the day you've learned what you came here to learn. All right, so that is 15 things to do here in Dubai.